Now, Tom O'Brien.
Folks, this is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create the perfect relationship between you and your body. Treat your body with all love, honor, gratitude, and respect. When you're making your goal to adore your body and accept yourself completely, you're learning to have the perfect relationship with anyone else you are with. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 97, Nasdaq off 16, S&P's off 7, gold contract up $12, trading at $1,729 an ounce. Silver up 42 cents at $33.39 an ounce. Platinum up $2.50, trading out at $1,634 an ounce. Oil flat, no, that's copper, rather flat at $3.80 a pound. Oil up $1.25 at $1.02 a barrel. Bonds down 9 ticks, trading out at 143.09. Dollar index up 56 ticks at 79.75. Euro down 66 ticks at 130, and the yen is flat at 78.36. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, what do you have? You get to another high, 1355.87. We close out at 1340.43. And what do, folks? You got to another high with lighter volume. Bottom line did 800 million up there. Now, gave it up on price. We'll see what kind of a follow-through you can get as you get into or at 1343. The 1333 is the level. See if we get inside that level. You're not inside you're certainly not inside the lower level. I suspect this one here can get you down to 1292. We will see whether we get an expansion of volume or not. That's your S&P. We go to the Dow Industrials. You take a look at the Dow. Dow got to a price point today of 12,899. Gave it up. Whether it's the S&P or the Dow, bottom line is that we've been up here now for approximately 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, we were at 12,764. You're at 12,780 right now. Nasdaq Composite. What do we do with the composite? Same setup in the composite. What the composite did is this. Composite got to a higher high. We got to 29.58. You closed out at 29.15. So bottom line, you had wide price spread there. Gave it up on price. The Nasdaq also got to a higher high, had lighter volume. We'll see whether we can get the acceleration of volume on the way back down. Now, NBA, folks, there's no doubt it's been nothing but Apple, and bottom line today, when you get it on the way up, and then you get it on the way down. And what you had today with Apple is this. Apple had a 5% move. Now, that 5% move was from the highs of the equity period, okay? That move was at, it went up to 526, okay? Gave it up, closed at 497. Now, monster volume. Now, this is what you have, folks. The way volume off the top works is this. If this is going to be volume off the top, you'll get a follow-through day on the way down, and volume will also be in the equity. And if you have that, that sets up a much larger correction. We certainly got it today. You went from 526 to 496. You did 53 million shares. Bottom line, you get 40, 50 million shares tomorrow. That's going to set up a much larger correction. It's not the end of the world. But what you do have, because of the way Apple is structured inside the NDX 100 and the S&P, it is a huge mover. In the NDX, it's 17%, 14%. No, it's 17%. 17% in the NDX, so it's a big number. Excuse me, folks. Some of the high volume stocks you had out here, even though we didn't have high volume, you had Citigroup down 36. We had the Zynga was off 255. They had come out with their numbers yesterday. Bottom line, Zynga was just like Groupon. When they come out with the numbers before they were public, they dressed them up, put tuxedos on them, making them look real pretty. Groupon and Zynga first quarter out, boom, see ya, don't want to be ya. We had Intel was down 20 cents. We had Oracle down 26. You had dry ships down 26. You talk about a gift from the trading gods, folks. Bottom line is that those shippers, those are going to be gifts from the trading gods. And what I specifically mean is this. If we take a look at dry ships, this is what you've had. Dry ships came off a low of $2.15, went topside 5 days, 6 days up to 384. What do you have now? The pullback started. You're going to see all these pullback, and you want to be all over these babies on the pullback, because when you go topside like they did, now this is what ends up happening too. Now this is a phenomena, folks, that when you first, after you've built a large base and the market really does want to take off, what I've seen many times is this, is that they take off just like the shippers, huge expansion. So these are up 50% in a week and a half. Then what you see is a collapse. You get a couple more collapses, and it's just wild. If we take a look at EXM, same deal. They're all acting the same, and what you're going to be waiting for is this. You're going to be waiting for them to pull back into the original breakout day, which was on the 6th of February. And those little babies, you come back in there, you come back in with lighter volume. You're going to be all over them. What you're going to want to do there, you're going to have to set up the market itself versus those also, by the way. So you don't want to be stepping in front of them if, in fact, we have volume. Well, the way that the shippers are set up and the market set up, I suspect the market can pull back quite a bit, and the shippers will just get to the breakout area. That's the way that is set up at this particular point. We go over and we take a look at the bond market. We take a look at the 30-year bonds. What we have with the 30-year bonds, they did 333,000 contracts today, and they were flat. Now, they had the juice, though. You're building a little bit of cause under the last highs out here, which were the 145. We hit the 143.27. We go to the dollar index. You take a look at the dollar index. What the dollar index did out here today is that she rejected lower price. They got her down to 79.20, rejected that area today, closed this session at the 79.73. That baby looks to me that she is going to be making a run, more than likely tomorrow. She's going to be making that run into that 80-50 area. The Fed minutes came out earlier, folks, and the Fed minutes, there was a couple really, there was nothing new in it, except that what you did have is this. They reiterated that they plan on keeping the interest rates exceptionally low. They put exceptionally in there until at least 2014. And then there was one other paragraph that was pretty amazing, that the bar, in order to amend the low interest rates, would be set really high. So that bottom line is that what that's saying is that we are in a low interest rate environment, and we're going to be in one for quite a while. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at a few of the NDX stocks. We'll take a look at Amazon next. What you have with Amazon is this. Amazon is 184. What you're going to see here is, Amazon had gapped away, had gapped down to this 179 to 172 area, came all the way back up, filled the gap in, come back down the other side. Now, Amazon's going to go after the 179. We'll see if we get any volume, see if it goes after the 172. We go over and we take a look at Google. What you have with Google, what Google's done is this. She's right at the higher gap. Google had also gapped down. We had gapped down to that 591 area. She came all the way back up to the 608 area, and she's going to be making her way back down to at least the top of the gap, which is that 591. Big Blue. Let's go over to a couple of the Dow stocks. You take a look at Big Blue. Big Blue's hanging at the highs up here. She was flat 3 pennies today. We go take a look at DuPont. Now, DuPont was giving us a couple really good talking, walking, and squawking signals. And what that was is that she came off the high yesterday with some volume, continued with some volume today. Not as much as yesterday. Yesterday we had 6.9. Today you had 5.4. But the 5.4 is an acceleration. Particularly, we made a high with 5.5. Gold contract. Let's go take a look at gold. So what we did with gold out here today is this. Gold had some juice into it early in the day. She got to a price point of $1,739. We did 139,000 contracts. That's not enough. It's not even close. So what we have here is that you're in a small consolidation. The lows that were out there on February 10th still want to get tested. That's the 1706 area. We take a look at the XAU. Inside the XAU, of course, it's the Philadelphia Gold and Silver Index. That is problematic, as is the HUI. And what it is this, folks. We had volume blast out of these yesterday. We had 14 million blast out of it. The XAU, that's saying that, number one, on the shorter term basis, 184 is game. I think longer term, even week and a half, you got the low out here of that 173 in the XAU that wants to be hit. We go over and we look at the Gold Bugs Index, the HUI, same type of setup in the Gold Bugs Index. You had volume come out of this baby. Yesterday what we did is that we did 12 million shares, and she's trading at 513, and she looks like she wants to get into this area of 477. So it's a big number. We had many of the 13F filings out yesterday. Inside those 13F filings, if we go to the GLD first, you had Paulson sell some more of the GLD. You know, Paulson had held, not last quarter, the quarter prior to that, he had held 11% of the GLD. Now he sold another 2.9 million. He only owns 4% of the GLD right now. What's important to wrap your head around in these 13F filings, folks, is this. The filing itself, so this is quarter by quarter. The filing itself that I'm reporting to you was public yesterday. However, the date of the trades buying and or selling were December 31st. So you don't know what any of these funds have been doing since then. What you do know, though, when you're looking at the GLD in particular, is that now the largest owner of the GLD is only 4%. Now, you can look at that, and that's actually pretty good, you know, because what has happened is that the GLD is still holding up. You know that it only has 4% left, you know, so that's smoothing out. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We ended out on 97. NASDAQ off 16. S&P's off 7. We're going to be right back.